Let me ask you something. What if the version of this character you fell in love with was never real? What if seasons 1 and 2 weren't showing you who she is? They were showing you who she performs. Because what's happening in season 4 isn't a writing failure. It isn't a character assassination. It's a controlled demolition, and the writers have been laying the charges since the pilot. Stay with me. Music fades in low, cinematic. If you've been on any corner of the internet this past month, you already know the discourse is ugly. Fans are furious. The comment sections are war zones. And the phrase, "they ruined her," is being typed approximately every 6 seconds across 3 different platforms. We're talking about Naomi Cross, the moral compass of the Halcyon Protocol, who, in Season 4, has lied to her closest ally, manipulated a man she claimed to love, and most controversially, made a choice in Episode 7 that directly caused the death of someone she swore to protect. On the surface? Yeah, that's rough. That's hard to watch. But here's where I push back on the outrage. Not to dismiss it, because the emotional reaction is valid, but to argue that it's aimed at the wrong target. Fans aren't angry because Naomi changed. They're angry because they didn't see it coming. And that distinction matters enormously. The dominant fan narrative right now is betrayal. The writers didn't respect the character. The showrunner clearly doesn't understand what made Naomi special. I've read the threads. I've watched the reaction videos. And I get it. Emotionally, it lands like a gut punch. But look at what's actually being said underneath all that anger. This isn't the Naomi I knew. Exactly. That's the point. Because the Naomi from Season 1 was operating in a world that still made sense to her. She had a structure, a team, a belief system that hadn't been stress-tested yet. By Season 3, cracks were forming. She was making increasingly isolated decisions, pushing people away, controlling situations she claimed to be sharing. Nobody talked about it, because the outcomes were still good. But the process was already changing. Season 4 didn't invent a new Naomi. It just stopped letting her control the optics. This is where it gets genuinely interesting. If you apply even a basic framework of moral injury psychology to Naomi's arc, the Season 4 behavior becomes not just explainable, it becomes inevitable. Moral injury is what happens when a person is forced to act against their own ethical code repeatedly in high-stakes situations. Not PTSD exactly, it's more specific. It's the wound that comes from knowing you did something wrong and being unable to reconcile it with who you believe yourself to be. Naomi has been carrying that since the end of Season 2, when she made a decision the show treated as heroic, but that she has never emotionally processed. What we're watching in Season 4 is a woman who has outsourced her conscience. She's not choosing to be cruel. She's choosing to stop feeling the cost of survival. That's not villainy. That's dissociation with a purpose. She's constructed a logic system where the ends continuously justify the means, because engaging with the means would break her entirely. And here's the detail most people gloss over. She's still winning. Her plans work. Her instincts are sharp. The tragedy isn't incompetence. It's that she's never more dangerous than when she's right. Season 4 has a thesis, and it's sitting in plain sight. What does integrity cost, and who pays the bill? Every major storyline, this season mirrors Naomi's collapse from a different angle. The political subplot is about a system that rewards effectiveness over ethics. The romance arc is about a person who loves an idea of someone rather than the reality. Even the throwaway episode in the 4th week, the one most people skipped, features a minor character who makes a morally perfect decision and loses everything for it. The season is asking, is moral consistency actually survivable? And it's making Naomi the test case. That's not lazy writing. That's a show with the confidence to let its hero be the cautionary tale. All right. 3 theories. I want you to think about these. Theory 1. Naomi isn't becoming the villain. She's becoming the institution. The show has been quietly building a parallel between her decision-making and the organization she originally fought against. By the Season 4 finale, I think we're going to see her realize she is the system. And that recognition is going to be the most devastating moment in the entire series. Not because she falls, because she understands. Theory 2. The character they're actually building toward isn't a redemption arc. It's a witness arc someone close to Naomi, likely Marcus or the newly introduced Yoel, is going to become the audience surrogate for the next phase. Naomi's story becomes about how proximity to power distorts the people who love us. She doesn't get redeemed. She gets understood, which is something the show has always argued is more honest than forgiveness. Theory 3. And this one I'll stake a real claim on. Naomi's choices this season are being written to be recontextualized, not condemned. There's information the audience doesn't have yet. Season 5 is going to reveal a constraint she's been operating under that makes several of her most hated decisions look different in hindsight. Not justified, different. The show isn't asking you to root for her. It's asking you to wait before you convict her. Theory 3. And this one I'll stake a real claim on. Naomi's choices this season are being written to be recontextualized, not condemned. There is information the audience doesn't have yet. Season 5 is going to reveal a constraint she's been operating under that makes several of her most hated decisions look different in hindsight. Not justified, different. The show isn't asking you to root for her. It's asking you to wait before you convict her.